Did you get out of
Hey,
mail today?
Shadowhawk. I did
Hey,
not.
Red.
Gonna have to do it tomorrow. I don't know if you were talking to me
Nope.
or not. Oh,
Yeah, that was talking.
oh well, we'll do it live.
Yeah.
Silver alert. That's right. Yeah, the 4:30 shadow. Yeah.
That's right. I didn't even look. I did my normal hello, and then I went back. I looked, and I was like, 4:30. Oh, whoop.
Yeah. Well, I'd said in the chat delay at the start today. Sorry. So had some
Yeah.
running around I had to do for the show. Stuff I
Understandable.
need to take care of. So
Time to get out and do it earlier.
yeah, I was slow. I was slow to get up. You know,
Yeah.
worked last night. I don't know. I was just have a cup of coffee, wake up, write my ideas down. Had a couple good ideas, and oh, you know what?
Nope. What?
Uh, I don't know
Hey,
either.
Carrie. Tree Goblin. Howdy, howdy.
Hey, Carrie.
Oi,
Uh,
oi, Sabeloid, Carrie.
I need to get my phone because Rob Ewing sent me another art piece. So while we do that, here's
Oh,
probably
cool.
going. Every time I play this, I tell you, every time I play this trailer, it winds up being my on there. As the when you put the cursor over it. I don't know
Mm.
what it is about this. This is deviousness on telepathic bunny's uh, part. He's out to sabotage me. But it's free advertisement for him. So, and I have set up the 500th episode. We're at 497 right now. So Sunday will be
I
a
did. Yep.
500th. And it's going to open forum. Anybody wants to come on and promote their comic or something they're working on, in the works that'll eventually come out. I'll send the link out in the chat to some other people, whatever, and they can come on and promote their comics.
There you go.
That seemed like a good 500th episode. My way of giving back, because if I don't give everything I've got anyway.
Our brethren are already in the field. Why stand we here idle? What is it the gentlemen wish? What would they have? Is life so dear, or peace so sweet? Has to be purchased at the price of chains and slavery? Forbid it, Almighty God. I know not what course others. As for me, give me liberty, or give me death.
Very
Just in
nice.
time. Uh, Carrie says she seen Sound of Freedom by Angel Studios. Need to see
Oh,
it.
cool.
Absolutely incredible, beautifully made movie. 5 years in the making because of those credits took us. Those in credits took a stand for it to be made. Yes, people are donating to Angel Studios for those who can't afford the cinema tickets. Good young actors in it too. Good young actors. Great movie, she says.
Wow. Glowing review from Carrie. All right, then.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have to see that.
Story based on a true life story of a gentleman's life who took a stand against child trafficking.
Mhm.
Mike tried to call me earlier and he said, "Well, hell, did I wake Sleeping Beauty?" No, I was just asleep. Uh, Rob sent another picture. Wow. I was telling you behind the scenes, of course, because there's let me embiggen.
Yeah.
Here's Hopper in the orange.
Yeah.
But which was his original color with red eyes.
Mhm.
But now on the cover that he was on Tribulation Task Force, he was magenta. The colorist made him magenta, more flesh tone. So he
Right.
did that one, and with just a color swap. And I've got to say, I wasn't that taken with it as I was on the Tribulation Task Force.
Uh-huh.
So I said, draw me a Hopper with a feet, because he didn't have feet in that, so that I could show that he just had regular, shoe-like feet.
Oh,
And
okay.
there's the latest by Rob.
Cool. So did you
Hopping.
decide to go with the orange then with Hopper? I think.
Yeah, and I said to him, uh, uh, can we do a female version that we could do in pink?
Oh
And he
yeah.
said, a challenge. Sure. And look, he's already got it. I sent him that about an hour ago or something message, but let's see,
Oh,
glare.
yeah. Yep.
There
Stop
we go.
moving, Rex. Stop.
I know, what the hell. Trying to get a
Okay, right
glare
there.
on.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah. Interesting.
cool, huh?
Yeah. That's pretty neat.
Yeah.
I might actually like her a little better than Hopper.
Yeah. I mean, he, already got it whipped out, so I sent him a fire emoji or something, huh? Looks good. You can color it. Uh, and yesterday I got in such a rush, Shadowhawk, as you know. Anyone heard from Rick and how he's doing today? I have not. Phantasmagorical in the house. Hey, Fanta. Uh-oh. Well, Shadowhawk. Rex likes when Rob whips things out quickly. Absolutely. Who wouldn't? Okay. So we'll go to X here, which is not on anything particular. Messages. What's my Let's see. And so he sent me some drawings. First rough draft here. There you are, Shadowhawk. So this was Ryan's first sort of picture he sent me on Sweet Baby, Yakuza Assassin. Can you see that, Shadow?
Can you hear me? I'm backstage.
Yes, we can. No, you're not backstage. You've been up here. I got you.
Oh, okay. I
Uh,
thought I was still backstage.
can you see
Yeah, yeah.
Ryan's preliminary drawing? Okay.
Yeah, it's a little small on my phone, but yeah, I got
I know
a
that's a small.
idea.
Here's a something closer,
Oh yeah, there you go.
and then the maybe final pencils there.
Cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can dig that.
yeah. Can't wait till he inks it, and it'll be dope. It's
Oh
just
yeah,
what I need.
knowing Ryan, I'll probably have it inked by tomorrow.
Well, I had the night off, so maybe he'll do it on the channel.
Oh, you off again tonight?
I am. I'm telling you,
Ooh, bummer, dude.
I told Russ Leach about the front cover, sent him the wraparound cover that Ryan did, to show him another
Mhm.
cover for issue 6. Told him I wanted a wraparound cover. Uh, we need to discuss that. I thought about, all right, the imagery. I don't mind to spill the imagery. The imagery is inner man sort of glowing. He'll probably do it digitally so he can get the glow effects on him. He has a white costume anyway,
Mhm.
and full face mask, so he could probably indicate the scream in the mask.
Right.
Or and I said burning city. I said chaos in the background, but I thought burning city. But the story really doesn't take place in the burning city. It takes place in like a hellscape, like a cavern that's kind
Right.
of burning. So should I change it to that to be more story centric, or I thought just the city burning would be kind of symbolic,
Yeah, I don't see
apocalyptic.
that. Yeah, I don't see you need to change it. I think that's close enough to what
Okay.
it's not totally misleading or anything.
And then if
Mm.
it's a wraparound cover, I thought the heroes and like Sweet Baby and any other villains that might have fought the battle or whatever could be on the back cover. Just
Well,
the
cool.
centralized character of Inner Man holding the limp body of Devil Flyer. And Devil
Yeah.
Flyer, one thought I had was Devil Flyer has no wings in his arms, which would probably make it easier for him to draw. And
Didn't
Inner Man have lit up, let me finish my
I was
thought,
just
which
gonna
is
say I think okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Inner Man having the wings in white on him
Oh,
lit up.
right.
Maybe not out like Victory or anything, but kind of behind him down
Yeah,
like an angel holding him.
yeah. Like or like kind of enveloping them almost. You know.
Yeah, could do that. Good, kind of a wraparound
Yeah, or
cover,
it's kind of curling around them a little
like he's
bit. You know?
sheltering a little bit, on the
Yeah,
outer
yeah.
parts, like maybe his feet
Hmm.
and over his shoulder or something. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Huh. That'd be pretty cool.
I think so. Yeah.
No, I was just gonna ask you though. Didn't Byrne do a tribute to that cover on God? What it was either X-Men 136 or 137, where Cyclops is holding Dark Phoenix, holding her limp body
Well,
like
let's
that.
take a look at that. Well, let me
I
just
swear there
look
was
that up
one.
real quick. And but before we do that, I do haven't set up anything with Glenn yet, but Hatch
Glenn,
annotated.
Glenn, Glenn, Glenn.
Glenn, he's the
Hey,
savior of
Phantom.
the Hatch
Hey, Gable.
universe.
Yeah, can't
His
wait.
will
Tuesday, right? Next Tuesday?
Hatch will be launching Tuesday. You are correct, sir. Let's take a look at the trailer, which is
Oh,
already
awesome.
up on my comic. It hasn't launched yet, but it will be. Buffering,
Noise.
buffering.
I believe I signed up. So I don't know if Gun does anything for early sign up, but I think I signed up. I don't know.
On Fund My Comic. I
No,
guess
on
I need. I guess I
I think
need to.
I think I might have been on Glenn's site. I don't know. I might be
Or
thinking of something else.
Indiegogo. Maybe he'll have something up here. Buffering. There's the creator, the write up. I'm not really sure. I know I set up a MailChimp for Fund My Comic.
Oh, okay.
Buffering. I guess it takes a long time to send it from the UK.
Oh, could be. Yeah.
All right, damn it. We'll come back to
Damn
that.
slow UK computer.
If it starts to play, then I'll hear it. I think.
Maybe.
Well, What was I going to do before that?
I'm not sure.
I was going to show you something.
Oh, you were gonna look up the X-Men cover with
Oh, the X-Men. Yeah. Let me
Scott
look
and
that up.
Jean.
Yep. Yeah, because it's been a while since I've seen that. You say that's X-Men what?
I think it's either 136 or 137.
Okay. I'll just put both numbers in. See
Yeah,
what comes up.
I believe.
Wasn't that a magenta background on that cover? Seems like it was a pink background.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait a minute now. Now the pink background's with him walking away. Yeah, 136.
That's the one where.
Yeah, 137 is the death of Phoenix.
Right.
You know.
Is that the one where he's holding her, or no?
136 is. 137 is the death of Phoenix, the one that I said that I cried at. You know. Let's see here.
Right.
Take those off.
I knew it was one of the other.
Yeah, I'll show you both covers because here someone has both these covers listed. So yeah, that is a pink background there.
Oh, yep, sure is.
The cracks on the logo are a nice touch, you know.
Mm-hmm. Very cool. But yeah, I mean that's basically the tribute to that old shot, right? The homage.
Well, I mean, they say this is the biggest trope in comics, you know, limp body, and really, I guess it goes back to the Pieta, or even before, you know, probably early civilization, the loss of one, you know. And
yeah, I've seen a couple of people that have.
It's got a lot of pathos,
taken it all the way back to the Pieta, you know.
And there's 137, of course, classic.
That's the one my mom ruined for me.
Double-sized issue, and then there was Luke showed on topic list. I think it was Luke, the Byrne one shot, you know, that had sort of a different take on the story or something. They did a direct.
Oh yeah, I think they did that later on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was awesome too. Glenn said part of his campaign would be his doodling books on DocStream when he interviewed Glenn.
Yeah, he's gonna actually sell off a couple of his sketchbooks full of sketches.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and he said
where's he going to sell them on the campaign or on Doc's channel?
Yeah, he's gonna sell the originals on the campaign, and then you can also, you know, because I think he's only got 2 or 3 originals he's gonna sell of the sketchbook.
Yeah.
But he said he made digital copies of everything, so you can get either a physical copy of it or a PDF or whatever. So he's gonna have it available in 3 ways, but there's only 3 original sketchbooks that'll be on buffering. So first come, first serve on that.
Yeah, I really can't say that. You know, I think that's an homage cover to the
more of just a classic
on Infinite Earth. I really can't say that. Number 7, which they did reprint in the Walmart, the Perez cover, George Perez cover, on the 100-page thick books, you know, that Walmart was carrying.
Yep.
Perez like drawing every character in the universe, so he's got. I wasn't going to put Russ Leach, you know, to draw every of all my characters back there like that.
Oh, wow.
Made it easy on him, you know. But there's the Superman holding his cousin, Supergirl.
It's pretty much the same shot. I mean,
that's number 12. That's number 7 in a 12-part maxi series.
Right. Was that from the original Crisis on Infinite Earth?
Yes, it is. See, they're 50 years. It was their 50th year.
Yeah, the original Crisis.
Death of Supergirl.
Yeah, that was the first time DC did a company-wide crossover type event, and it was the beginning of the end for me.
Did you not like it? I mean,
No, I loved it the first time they did it, but
oh,
10 or
it's
12 years
just
later
after
in
that, it wasn't
95 to
as good,
97.
right? Burn came
Well,
out
they
right
just
after
did it
that
all the
with
right,
Legend.
but
And
they, Marvel and DC, they discovered the value of crossovers and how you can cross pollinate and sell more books, and they just started doing it all the time, and it just got really to be a pain
yeah.
in the ass for me, you know.
Well, I mean, Contest of Champions was Marvel's first 3-issue sort of yearly thing. That's really what sparked it off. Was
Hmm.
Contest of Champions with Marvel. And then I think probably Marvel and DC did, I don't know, Crisis might have been, but it seems like that they probably glommed onto that before that. I don't know what it would have been. Could have
Well, they
been a,
did
if just
what
going
was it?
by
The
memory.
first Secret Wars was what, 87 or something like that.
I just remember seeing characters like Anthro from the 60s that I'd never seen before.
Yeah,
Which was a very short-lived, like Beware the Creeper or whatever was the title. The Creeper had like a 6-issue run. I think
yeah,
Anthro had a Hawk and Dove had a short run.
yep,
Uh, there was a lot of things that they tried that they just kind of canceled. So there's your kind of like limited series before calling it a limited series. In the 80s, they started calling short runs like that limited series.
yeah,
And it was
and then
written
they
just to be a limited series. And even Rob Liefeld's very first thing was uh, Hawk and Dove.
yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, he worked on Hawk and Dove very when he was young.
Mm. And
Um,
late with the
but yeah,
schedule.
Crisis, they called it a 12-issue miniseries as well,
Maxi
but
series. Maxi
or
series.
maxi, whatever.
Yeah.
But
And I'll tell you, the very
they
first one I
also
saw
had,
that, the first one they
but
did,
they,
I believe, I had my comic book shop. It was Camelot 3000 by Brian Bolland.
oh yeah, I remember
And it
Camelot
was,
3000. I
kind
got
of
a couple of those.
prestige. Yeah. Oh, it was a good run. I read it all. It was good. And then, of course, Watchmen came in there around that time.
Yeah, not too
Um,
long after that.
yeah. And then you had the Dark Knight series that took the
Yeah,
comic world
oh,
by
dude, I
storm.
love the Dark Knight. That was
But
great stuff.
over at Marvel, you had like Mike Zeck's Punisher, and you had all kinds of limited series. I think Dan Lawless was saying he did a Cloak and Dagger limited series was his first thing over at Marvel.
Yeah, which
Uh,
was so cool because I got that.
yeah,
I didn't even know that was Dan.
yeah. And then when he was on with us with Steve Rude, he was actually bringing up some of that, showing his original pencils. And then I think it was Kevin Nolan's inks over it, and he was talking about how much better he made the lighting and the, everything with his inks, what he brought to it. That was really interesting to listen to
Yeah,
and see the
that's cool.
comparison between the original pencils and the inks. And if you
Mhm.
haven't seen that episode with Dan Lawless, Mike Barron was on for a while, and Steve Rude, go back and watch it. What are you waiting for? That's good stuff,
Yeah, what are you crazy?
Yeah. And actually, that week we interviewed Steve Rude a couple times.
Yeah,
That same
I
week.
did.
So thanks for Apex for setting up that extra stream with him. Think it couldn't have went better considering. Um,
Yeah, no, it actually kind of worked out pretty well.
so Tank is working on. He's going to do a 2-ton logo on the probably 2-ton page. It's like I need his name. Let's put his name on there.
Oh, okay.
The Speedster, I don't have a name for yet. So, and
Oh, the female speedster, right?
yeah, the Nazi female Speedster.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I wasn't
Sure.
going to use the N word, but
Well, me, I don't care. Should I do the salute? You know me. I actually work that in sometimes.
knock it off.
No. I haven't done anything more to the Scorn which will be mentioned, alien race. Because when everything busts loose, I guess I don't have any plans to do anything with magic in the universe. Uh,
Hmm.
but I've got so many elements, so many balls up in the air. It's like I can always work that in later. You know,
Oh, sure.
do it.
Come up
Do a
with
story
a good
arc with
idea.
that.
You can only.
Oh yeah.
Although I do, I mean, well, I guess more of your
I
characters
don't
are
believe
like.
in aliens, but I'm gonna have aliens.
Well, I think your characters are operating what more on a cosmic level, like with um
Bystander.
bystander and
Yeah.
his enemy,
Oh,
and
there's a
then
new cosmic character that I just
but now Devil Flyer, I still don't know where his powers came from exactly. Is that not
and you won't
magical or?
know for a while.
Oh, okay.
After the 6 issue arc, then we go into the origin of Devil Flyer.
Oh, Mr. Smarty Pants already got it all planned out.
Well, no. No, but it's coming along.
You're supposed to say yes. That's exactly right, Shadow.
Well, it's going to be some good stuff.
You can tell me no, when we're off the
Oh, okay. No. Too late. Yeah, I mean, I'll just keep doing what I'm doing. I'm very happy with the way things are progressing. One
Yeah,
reason I'm getting, I mean, in very short order, we'll have all 3 wraparound covers done for issue 6.
Wow. Okay.
I already know the ending of 5 and the start of issue 6. And I already know somewhat of how I'm going to approach issue 7. In between, I have
So I'm
sub-stories.
assuming you've already got 1 through 5 in the can.
Should I
where
say
all that.
yes and then tell you no later?
Yeah.
Well, I'm working on that, Shadow. I'm working on
Now,
the subs. I'm working on the,
since you know where the end is going to end up, I'm just saying you got a pretty good handle on where the beginning and the
I
middle
mean,
is.
the pressure is going to be building, and we're going to get closer and closer to the day of apocalypse. I mean, to the climax of the story.
Okay.
And just a little teaser here, and I will have teaser pages because I love teaser pages.
Can't help yourself.
If Devil Flyer is limp, dead, did he succeed in stopping the evil in issue 6, or was he killed? And why is there an issue 7? Because if I tell the origin of Devil Flyer, that could be in the past, right? In fact,
Sure.
it is. So
gotta be.
So
I mean, technically, it can't
like
be the
giving
origin.
You the origin of Devil Flyer after he's sacrificed himself or died, or I'm not going to tell you that part.
Right.
But yeah, we're gonna, as the pressure builds there, and he's drawing, meeting Inner Man, Sea Demon, all these other Bog, and all these other characters, right? Then there'll be challenges for the individual issues that they're going to be, conflicts, fighting. It's the conflicts, really, the chaos that's going on that is inching them closer and closer, because I don't want to give away too much, but, for everything Devil Flyer does, there's consequences, and it actually inches them. And that's why he's bringing this coalition of characters, this Justice League. Oh, these Avengers. Oh, something like that together, to fight this great evil. And not only that,
Defenders. Oh shit.
The Defenders were definitely they're, in a way, they're kind of my favorite characters because they were like the unlikelies. You know,
Yeah, they were like the B team Avengers.
you got the sorcerer that I don't care. It just seems like his nose is up in the air. You know, because he's the sorcerer supreme. Although he may not have ever acted like that. You have the
Oh,
Hulk.
he did in some of the comics, dude. He was
Okay.
very
Well,
hoity.
you had
Yeah,
the Hulk, which is off the chain, uncontrollable. You had the more superhero type and like, but kind of antisocial. You know, Nighthawk, and then you have
Nighthawk,
Valkyrie,
yeah.
which is sort of like the Asgardian type, snooty goddess.
Yeah, little
Then you
standoff.
have, and then you have Power Man that joined them later, which he was always kind of an oddball. And let's see, who am I missing?
Yeah, he was only
Submariner.
supposed
Submariner
yeah.
would never cause you any trouble. He was kind of like an anti-hero /
Yeah.
villain before there was an anti, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I have to laugh when they talk about, and maybe the writing pinpointed like the anti-hero, like the Punisher, which started out as a villain, Wolverine, which is really,
Right.
and other characters like that, or Dark Knight, Batman. But what about Submariner from the 30s and 40s?
Yeah,
The
he
very
started
first
off pretty.
crossover was with him fighting the Human Torch. Hey,
Mhm.
Joseph Dredd. Rex
Hey, Joseph.
has much planned out in the future, much like me with Mr. Muck.
I'm sure Eric will be happy to hear that, Gable.
Now, on a closer front, I just wanted to get the covers out of the way for issue 6.
On a front or cover. Yeah.
You know, Ryan's, depiction of Sea Demon all beat up, that occurs in the story. That's really where the story begins, at that pivotal moment in the battle. Sort of the Crisis is just like a tribute cover that Russ will be doing. I just thought it was great imagery, and I mean, might as well use a cool trope like that for the climax.
Why not,
story.
dude? Yeah.
And then,
especially if you got an artist that pulls it off nicely. I mean, that's all you need.
Yeah, I have no idea what it'll look like, but I'm sure it'll look.
I'm sure it'll be fun. I have confidence in a lot of our guys.
I'm still waffling about the background. Should it be a burning city? It doesn't take. It takes place in a cavern in like a burnish, hellish realm, but just rock and that's maybe too close to Ryan's. But you know what? It plays into the apocalypse. If they don't stop the main protagonist, it will be the end of the world and cities will burn. So that kind of works.
Yeah, that does work.
Yeah, I think it works. That shows you the stakes of it all. The world will burn if they don't stop the evil. Wasn't there a love triangle between Storm, Reed, and Namor? Yes.
Yes.
Yep. Long running from very early on, from his very first appearance, Silver Age's first appearance. And
the first time he saw Stu, man, he was all hot.
I would have to look, but I bet you that love triangle is even played up in the annual. The Submariner.
Oh, I'm pretty sure.
I'm sure it's probably in there as well. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got
very early on. There was a little friction there. But I think
was one of the biggest deals
because they didn't get married till later, and they got married in one of their annuals.
Yeah, they weren't married yet when.
And then of course Trump Franklin, one of the, if not the most powerful mutant in the Marvel universe, or pretty close to it. I'm not even sure what his powers are. And then, fairly recently they had a daughter a few years back.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I've got. I've bought multiples of those. First appearance of her. You can still get it fairly cheap, but I think it's a key issue everybody needs to get that might have been overlooked.
Wait, now who? Reed and Sue, or
Reed and Sue had a daughter. Yeah.
Oh.
So now they have 2 children.
Well, we saw how that worked out with the last one. That kid was all kind
of. They even used Franklin in, was it Future Force or something like that? Something Fantastic Five or something in the future.
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. Um, he was all grown up, you know. I think they showed him all grown up in the future and kind of like a Fantastic Four story, you know, something before.
Kind of
Like
like
maybe
a
there was a story where Franklin grew into a man and then reverted back to his childhood form. I
yeah.
don't know. I
Well,
can't.
they based
They've
a
done so
bunch
many
of.
things with
They had a
Franklin.
few stories based around Franklin and what his powers may or may not be, and
Yeah.
like the whole
And-
Mephisto versus Fantastic Four and Avengers and all that. That was because Mephisto was trying to get a hold of Franklin.
yeah. Uh, they started very early on with that too.
Hmm. Yeah, it didn't take long after the kid was born. All of a sudden, the what if scenarios were coming out, which
I
is
think
cool
it
though.
was.
That just means it's an interesting character if that many people have ideas, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So not a bad thing.
All right, it may
I'm
take
watching
me a
some more
second to find
Godzilla
it.
today. My
There's one I have
my
in mind, like issue
TV's been
130.
blowing me up with Japanese Godzilla. It's awesome.
You'll be getting your Gorgo here pretty soon, along with some other stuff from Ryan.
Woohoo! Yeah. Brian's got a nice little package to send my way.
Hmm. Mine won't be too bad either.
Yeah, you should have a pretty decent little
Artwork and
shipment coming in as well.
yeah, and then I got a head sketch too, which there was a Fantastic Four special edition. It says Jack Kirby, John Byrne, Stan Lee, 1984 come out. I do have that awesome John Byrne cover. Uh, a nice one showing the rivalry of Submariner against the as the protagonist, and still
Yeah.
affordable. You know, came out in 1984. Submariner versus the Human Race. So representing the classic tale of Stan Lee. So it is a reprint book, but I do highly
Oh,
recommend
okay.
it. I'm not sure if that's taken from the annual I just showed you or what. Plus additional art and story by John Byrne. So it was a mashup of Kirby and Byrne.
Oh, cool.
Byrne did the cover. So I highly recommend that. Awesome cover. Love the thing swinging down. Love the debris and the rocks,
Hmm.
on the
Yeah, it looks
coastline.
great.
Special edition. Still very affordable book. Highly recommend getting it. That's a good one.
It's a keeper.
I believe it was Fantastic Four. Yeah, Fantastic Four annual number 3, where Reed and Sue got married. Actually, a year or so ago, Elsie gave me a copy of that.
Oh,
So I have that in my collection. 1965 annual number 3. The one I just showed you was from 63 annual number 1. They actually, you can see everybody's in there. The early X-Men, Atuma, the Beast, Spider-Man, even Rawhide Kid, I guess. I don't know why he's on the cover. I don't know if he's in the story. Grey Gargoyle, Nick Fury. They threw in everybody. They were trying to stop the wedding or something. And actually,
yeah.
that was animated into one of the 1965 Marvel cartoons. It's the story because they lifted that right off of right out of the comic, back then.
Right.
I'm looking for that Franklin one. I think it's issue 130 something. Now they had in the 70s, they had a giant size Superstars Fantastic Four number 1, 1974, where the Thing goes up against the Hulk on the cover, which is an awesome cover.
Wow, cool.
I think it's a Rich Buckler cover.
I think
let me
Mama's
look at
on.
Oh, it's
Mama
Mama
here?
Hawk. Mama Hawk on.
Yeah. Dog freaking out.
Yeah, Rich Buckler and Joe Sennett, because it says Rich and Joe on there signed. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So look at Human Torch catching all blaze there, and Medusa was part of that. Rogues Gallery in that as well. Great cover. They're in the boxing ring.
Yeah.
I'd like to do a boxing ring cover.
Thing's landing a pretty good shot on old Hulk, but
Yeah.
Thing's only gonna last so long against the Hulk, man. Sorry.
Well, if you see the annual to Marvel 2-in-1 #7, where first appearance of the Champion, which is a big cosmic character, he sends out, I will destroy the earth, send your best defenders against me to fight me in the ring, winner
Right.
take all. So they're fight, and the Thing, he gets his jaw broke. I didn't know Rock could bruise, but had a big bruised eye. I guess part of that's kind of inspiration for my Sea Demon cover that Ryan did.
Right.
He knocks him through the canvas, through the floor of the mat, of the boxing ring.
Right.
And he says, "You're going to have to kill me." He's crawling up. His jaw's dislocated. He's bleeding.
Oh,
I
dude,
mean,
yeah, I remember that one. Yeah.
yeah. And they actually did a Dial M for Monkey. They had a character, this monkey type character. Oh, this is
Okay.
cool. This is cool. This is Fantastic Four #36 Ultimate Comics blank variant. I have not seen this. I'm going to add that to the watch list just to watch that thing. And you can't buy a copy if you don't know what's out there. This is Fantastic Four #36 Ultimate Comic blank variant. But see, they're using the old artwork for the 1986 John Romita border. And Dillard's working on, or will be working on, he's already started, where Reed and Sue are there. He's got a couple characters in Stretch and Lady of the Night. So that's pretty neat that they did a blank cover with just using that for artists to, draw on.
Yeah.
Fantastic Four #209, 1979 was the first appearance of Herbie the Robot. Herbie the Robot actually made it from the cartoon into the comic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't like Herbie.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't. I don't blame you. Who? Fantastic Four 218 signed variant by Bill Sienkiewicz. Wasn't there? Yeah. There was a love triangle for sure. So Bill Sienkiewicz, Dr. Doom. That's pretty cool. A little blood splatter over it. Gave him one yellow eye and one red eye. That's cool. Dr. Doom. Look at the feathering on that. It's all kind of defined with color, but, almost like a lighting effect. Very nice. $499.99. Whoa. And then they want $16.15 to ship. Incredible. Or fantastic, rather. I always enjoyed the Fantastic Four. Of course, I liked the group shots. 252, Annihilus appearance, also had tattoos in it. John Byrne cover. And it was horizontal. The story was horizontal. The cover and the story was horizontal format, which has been used a little, not a lot. Wow, they want $40 for theirs, 9.2. That's their opinion that it's 9.2. Kind of different. It even says free tattoos inside.
All right, be right back.
I don't remember that being on there, actually. Wonder if there's a variant of it out there. Anyway, I love Burns. I think Byrne had like a 5-year run on Fantastic Four. Used to have all the most, I won't say all, but most of the floppies of it. I always thought that from 1986, number 289 was a pretty neat cover with the heroes defeated at the bottom, some of that more, burned debris in the background, and just a dramatic pose of Human Torch sort of coming at you, floating there. I always liked that one. It's amazing that some of those are still so cheap. That's when She-Hulk joined the Fantastic Four. Didn't much like that. I mean, her in costume. Still don't like that much in costume. Looking for one in particular. Probably should just go 130, 131, 132. I can't remember exactly the numbering of it. It's early Franklin cover where he actually does something to his son, or possibly kills his son, or it's all glowy eyed. Fantastic Four number 67. That one's getting up there because it has the Cocoon with him in it. With
oh yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah. I don't know if I have that issue or not. I have a bunch of those around there. Even the second appearance of Black Panther, number 53. I bought that when they first announced the movie coming out, but I had a good reason. I had an acetate, of that. And I sold the acetate before I even got the book in, which, I always like to get the books and list it, help sell the piece. It sold quick. So
yeah, I've actually got.
I was glad to add that key book to my collection before it went up in price.
I got a little bundle I was doing that I was gonna put up on eBay a while back. It's I think the Marvel premiere Black Panther. I don't know, but it's it's the 3 first appearances. The one is, I think, Marvel premiere. The one is the number 1 issue of the first Black Panther series.
Yeah.
And then the third one is what was it?
Jack Kirby had
I think it was the number 1 of the 4-issue limited series that he ran. So.
Oh, are you starting to put up some comics on eBay?
No, I was just thinking about putting things together, like different bundles and what have you.
Oh yeah. Fantastic Four 126 here had an homage, a throwback from John Buscema to Fantastic Four number 1's cover. Mole Man creature there, rising again, the creature from the Earth's core. Yeah. All new origin epic. I don't know what they.
Hey, Lorenzo.
Maybe a retelling of their origin, maybe a different origin. I'd have to look, but they made this particular one into one of those Peter Pan records or whatever, one of the records and the book.
Oh yeah.
I have one of those with the cover, and actually, I had a acetate cover to this. I think I sold it to the cover.
Yeah, the only
I may still have it because I wanted a good little bit for it. I guarantee you, I probably paid a good little bit for it. Hey, Lorenzo.
I got a Batman and Robin from back in the day. It's the comic book with the little 45
You
record
know,
in there. Yeah.
I was unaware that Batman had slapped in World's Finest Robin, and now it's become a big meme. And I
Has it?
was thinking I need to add that to my collection. And he slaps him in a panel, and that's become a big meme or something. And
Oh,
an
okay.
expensive book. I looked it up and I said, yeah, we'll wait till later. It's kind of beyond me, you know.
Oh, really?
Uh,
Yeah.
this is literally one of the first comics that I got in the very first bundle, even before I started collecting. Love this issue from 1974, Fantastic Four Giant Size Annual Number 2, with the Watcher
cool.
there in red. The Thing is sent back, or they're back in the roaring 20s. You can even see the Calvin Coolidge there mentioned on the Chicago paper at the foot.
Oh, okay.
But this is literally it was in the first handful of comics that I got, along with Defenders number 15. And my neighbor had broke his leg, and he had five or six that his mother and father had bought for him to read while he was in. They had a hospital bed, you know. He had a full size cast all the way up to his groin, you know.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, and he was itching, and he would take a wire, you know, a wire hanger, and put it down in there and scratch. I don't recommend that. You can get infection and whatnot, but those casts used to heat up, itchy.
Yeah, I never had to have a casted arm or anything like that, but I had friends who did, and they said the itching drove them mad.
Yeah, well, I mean, that plaster heats up, brother. I've had
plus you gotta figure too, like if you're older, they'll shave your arm and stuff before they cast it up. So
yeah,
now you got the hair growing back right up.
and he probably had that cast on for like 6 weeks. You know, wow.
Oh yeah.
So, you know, that's the way it used to be done. And even stitches have changed, you know. When I got 3 stitches in my
they're like 3D printing casts now, where they're like a
Oh yeah.
honeycomb thing. Have you seen those?
Yeah.
Pretty cool stuff.
I always love this cover with Frankie Ray as Nova by John Byrne. And then, of course, he reverted the Thing. I think Reed Richards was trying to, cure the Thing, which was a long-running theme, right? And he converted him back to his orange lumpy thing, which I loved it. I love Byrne's inks on it, and I actually have a character that I really haven't talked about called Oak that is inspired by that.
Yeah.
Oak, and
I remember you showed me him a while back.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I do have a drawing or two of him, and I do want to work Oak into my universe eventually, but it's just going to take a while with introducing some of these characters. But
we haven't really talked a whole lot about Oak yet.
No. Issue 244 that John Byrne did, sort of because Frankie Ray became Galactus Herald.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Which is
Galactus' hand there with Frankie. Still the original lumpy thing up there twisting up metal in the...
Yeah, and then that's when she goes from like the red and yellow Nova to
sort of white.
Yeah, like silvery white. Yeah, almost like a Silver Surfer type.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, that was a very cool storyline back in the day. I remember that one pretty well.
And, like I mentioned in the Epic comics, I need to track all that down, like the Epic, and it might have been put in one book, the Last Galactus story. Was in Epic, and you got a few pages, and I bought it regularly at that time. And then he never did finish the story. It was kind of slow coming out. Um, or at least I thought at the time it was kind of slow coming out. And
What happened? Did the book end up
but I
being
think
canceled
later
before
he
they finished
completed
his
the
run?
story and they released it. I used to have all that, and now it's just gone. Um, I might have
Or
one of those Epic magazines that I made an effort to buy because I would like to get all that stuff, in one story. I think they've got it all out in one story, but it was a story that John Byrne was telling the last Epic or the last in Epic magazine, which was Marvel, the last Galactus story. And I buy this whole magazine just for 3 or 4 pages of that story. I always love this cover too, all in red with the Fantastic Four. Joe Sennett on the inks, John Byrne. Reach for the
oh yeah,
Stars. And those heads up there are heads that were done in the 70s in the Ditko box of the Fantastic Four done by George Perez with probably Joe Sennett inks.
very cool.
Byrne did his versions and, Perez did his. Perez had a couple runs on there on Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Oh, here's a Finnish version from 1985 of a very key issue. Very, one of the earlier appearances of the Watcher, where the Galactus trilogy story, where Galactus and Silver Surfer make their first appearance.
Oh,
This one came out in 1985 in Finland. That's interesting. I've never seen that one.
no, I haven't either.
It's amazing that they're reprinting the old 60s stuff in the 80s, I don't have any of those Galactus trilogy stories, but of course, that's everybody's. One of these days, I will own a Fantastic Four #1. You just wait and see. Might have to mortgage my left, what, to get it, but. And now they're doing the true. They're doing the reprints, right, of those key issues, like True Believers, True Believers.
Oh yeah.
The second appearance of here's one for $6.99 of the second appearance of Black Panther that I was talking about. I actually had the original in my collection. I've made and I have this on a giant poster, and I think I have it on the book too. The artist that did the Marvel Zombies, he did a riff in Ultimate Fantastic Four. And I've shown this. I actually have this in a poster in a giant top loader in there. I like that they made her look like, and they're all going after her, to eat her. Almost like a 50s, what was it? The woman that was 50 foot tall or something. Sort of like Starlet, But yeah, this is a killer cover. Look at that. The skull grabbing her. She doesn't look too alarmed, but Human Torch, he's got a skeleton face. He wants our brains. So does the Thing, and I don't know what's happened to poor Reed there with his arms stretched out into a tentacle, but he's been morphed into something. But look at the devastated buildings back there. And we got a couple people running there off to the right too. I think I'd be running away from that scene and not towards it, but awesome cover done by, how do you say his name? Arthur Saddam?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
On the pronouncing.
He did all the Marvel Zombie type stuff, the initial stuff.
Yeah.
I like his stuff, he's usually does like horror type stuff, like
Amsterdam. Yeah, I don't know.
I think I've actually got some stuff by him signed, some early stuff signed by him that I've shown on the show.
Cool.
I'm determined to find this Franklin. I wish I knew the exact number. It was after Jack Kirby. Oh, this was another later one done by John Byrne that was pretty cool. Cover Fantastic Four, number 327 from 1985. Whoops. Okay, that's not good. Move that. Lorenzo says, I'm hosting my weekly stream in about an hour and a half. I had a cast on my leg. It drove me crazy, Joseph Dredd said. Yeah, those old casts, man, they heated it.
Yeah,
I
I
never
had one, but
I never
friends
have
that did.
either. Can you see that? Is it blown up real big?
Oh, it's blown up pretty good.
It's clobbering time.
Yep.
Where again that John Byrne brick debris and stuff and sort of punch it to the page. You know, by this time it's kind of like a lazy, you know, I don't know. But I enjoyed it. I mean, it was, you know, he had opted after X-Men, you know, I remember reading an interview by him. He was like, I'm doing my own inks in a lot of cases, and I'm doing this project, you know, Fantastic Four or this or that, and whatever he was working on. But he wasn't doing as tight a pencils, and you can tell his work changed at that point after his Fantastic Four run. And in fact, you could probably look at his work in the X-Men and see that it was getting a little loose there at the end, you know?
Yeah, he was starting to loosen up a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, I think him being with Terry Austin for so long helped hold it all together, you know, because Austin's inks, I'm sure, did, you know, a lot.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Look at this bad boy. Fantastic Four number 4. There you go. Submariner making off with Reed Richards'
Yep.
woman.
Stealing his girlfriend.
Stealing his girlfriend. Stop him. If the Submariner reaches the water, he will become invincible.
Dun, dun,
look, this is just considered like a 2.0 ungraded. Whoops, little tear there. You know. But they want $1,800 for it.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
For a 2.0? That's pretty impressive.
And it's ungraded. That's just their opinion. It may not come back in a 2.0.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, wow. It's not slabbed.
Oh, I got you. I didn't realize what. Well, in that case, yeah, they're asking a pretty hefty price.
Yeah, I would think so. I mean,
I'd have to at least see some more photos of it. You know, the inside, what the page whiteness looks like. You know, if there's any other big nicks and tears to the front or back covers.
Series 6 of Fantastic Four number 1, Will Slaney, Comic-Con Africa variant. I don't know what that. Deadpool. This just is. They're all Deadpools, but they continue to do riffs on Comic-Con Africa, I guess, or Comic-Con versus Africa. I don't know. I can't turn invisible. I'm just too good.
Comic-Con versus Africa. Okay.
How can we stop the creature, Torch? Just wait and see, sister. Flame on. He's got sparklers. The 3 of you can't do it alone. It's time for the Thing to take a hand. And he's got his arm. It'll only take a few ropes to keep Mr. Fantastic out of action. So they're really riffing on that cover.
Damn.
Yeah. I don't know. I take comic books maybe too seriously. I do. I like Ralph Snart and some of that wild
Oh,
stuff,
I don't mind a good sarcastic parody every now and again, dude.
or
There's
laugh, or yeah,
nothing wrong with that.
yeah. There is humor in Devil Flyer. I can do humor. It's just
It's not fun.
it's
Oh,
just no. You have to get it out of the way. Get the heavy lifting done, and then you can kind of have fun. It's the way I see. I've got a lot to accomplish before, and then when I can put the humor beats in, I will. Doing just a strictly jokey type thing is not my highest priority. That's all I'm saying.
oh
Uh,
no, no.
I
I
I do
understand.
have this and Superman Fantastic Four by Alex Ross. I don't know if you've ever seen this, but it's like treasury size. It's big,
Oh no, I haven't seen that one.
but Fantastic Four.
And
That's Dan Jurgens
Superman?
and Alex Ross. So Dan
What year was
Jurgens
this
did the
put out?
pencils. 1999, and it's like treasury size.
No, wow. Okay.
Yeah,
So yeah, I'd already been gone from DC by then. Um,
by 99, really? Yeah,
yeah,
that's kind of when 99, 2000, when those are like
yeah.
the only
I
two
dropped
years.
DC probably about 90, late 97, 98. I dropped most
But
of my DC.
that's Marvel and DC. I'm not even sure how it was sold. I bought my copy
Well,
off
I
eBay.
kept buying Marvel up until about 99, and then but by then I was down to maybe buying a Batman from DC once in a
Well,
great
you had
while.
a preference
Uh,
toward Marvel, right?
yeah, I was always more Marvel than DC anyway. So when I
Good for
decided to
you. I
start,
think that's why we get along. I have
yeah,
nothing
so when
against DC, and of course George Perez did some wonderful stuff over there. He did Justice League. He did
oh, dude,
the
I
new
mean,
Teen
Swamp Thing, Bernie
Titans.
Wrightson's one of my favorite artists on the
Oh
fucking
yeah.
planet, dude.
But
I
see, the
mean,
Swamp Things were
no,
already
but
kind of gone out, and my probably one of my first Bernie Wrightson type things was that Pacific Comics Frankenstein that they were
oh, dude,
rebooting.
I don't know how, but I missed that. I haven't even seen that until the last couple of years. And then somebody in CG was like, "Have you ever seen this Frankenstein from Bernie
I'm
Wrightson?"
not
I was
sure
like,
what I
"What?"
gave, maybe about $50, $60 for my Fantastic Four 53 second appearance of Black Panther. Very nice
Oh,
shape. Here's a very good fine 5.0 ungraded, $115. So it
hmm.
shows you the difference, and you can't get probably a first appearance unless it's in very poor shape. Um, for less than 100, I'm sure. You want to see the very
Oh,
first appearance of Doctor Strange? Hell Hydra? Yeah.
Elijah.
Ooh, here's a 9.0. That's the very first appearance of Doctor Strange. A
Oh wow.
Strange Tales number 118 with the Wizard and Return of the Wizard and the Fantastic Four there, minus one, Sue Richards, but that's Steve Ditko's Doctor Strange, first appearance on a cover.
Wow.
Fantastic Four and Wizard appearance. See, even on the label, it doesn't even say first appearance of Doctor Strange on a cover.
Hmm.
First cover appearance.
And how
That's
much is
why I
that
don't
one go
like
for?
CGC. When it comes to pertinent information, they'll leave that crap out all the time.
Yeah. What was that one
That kind
going
of
for?
gets under my skin because I there is a difference. He might make an appearance in, like, let's say Darkseid, right? Darkseid's first appearance is in a cameo and then maybe his next full appearance is in Jimmy Olsen as well, but he doesn't make a cover till for a while, you know.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, oh, Omega Red. Omega Red was in X-Men number 4, right? On a poster, but he wasn't on a cover yet. He hadn't
Right,
made a
right.
cover appearance. So there is a distinction.
Yeah, and Marvel was good for that too. They would make like an appearance, a cameo shot, like in the last page of
Right.
an issue, and then
Absolutely.
their first appearance technically doesn't count until the next issue when they actually. I don't know. Like people argue
Well,
about
I
that
mean, it's
shit.
Wolverine. Did Wolverine make his first appearance in 180 or 181? That debate will never go long. I think the majority of fandom say his first full appearance in 181, his first appearance. I call BS.
Right.
First
That's
appearance,
well,
first appearance. He's in a panel. He's talking. He identifies himself as Weapon X and Logan, Wolverine, whatever.
yeah.
So,
So,
and first appearance could be in an ad, as far as I'm concerned. Before Black Lightning came out, he was in an ad. So is that a cameo? First
I
appearance?
guess.
I mean, I think when they're interacting in a story as their first appearance, well, that would be Hulk 180. But the majority of people, and I mean, they're going by the process, I think. They want it to be 181 because it's, helps the bottom line.
Right. I don't know. To me, I mean, once if you show the character like full on in costume, introduce them, even if the last panel of the last page of a book, that's still a first appearance.
Yeah. Now this is an awesome, I think, Rich Buckler cover and Joe Sinnott cover, where they're being held in the oversized hands of the Thing.
Oh, yeah.
Bedlam in the Baxter Building. What a good title.
Bedlam.
Is this the finish of the Fantastic Four? Wasn't that every other issue that the Fantastic Four is finished?
Is this the doom of the Fantastic
And they always put ghetto slang in. You know it, baby. Power Man saying, "You know it, baby. This is the last round." But a very effective cover. Those big old mitts holding.
Oh. Dang, $9.49. Eep.
What's $9.49?
The price on that. I was asking you, what's the price on that one you were showing me in the somebody in chat just looked it up and said $9.40. Joseph Dredd just looked it up. Hey, Hicksville.
First appearance key issue of Black Panther, $1,300 in very fine minus. Ungraded. Wow. Just came across that.
Oh, shit.
19. I think I own this. It's not in very good shape. Bob Larkin cover. I like Bob Larkin stuff. 1982 Marvel paperback of the Fantastic Four with a Bob Larkin cover. I love it. Like that. I mean, on these little novels like this, you would often get painted covers. And I always loved that. Because the comics rarely did that because it takes so much time to do one, right?
Right, exactly. That's cool, though. So that looks great.
You kind of got, here's the back cover. That's Kirby. Silver Surfer knocking the Thing for a loop. Look at Ben there, the expression like, oh, God, I've been qualloped. I just made that word up.
I've been clobbered.
Qualloped. I just made that word up. Qualloped. Walloped and clobbered,
Slobber knocker.
Oh, shoot. Is Dr. Doom going to get married? And is it going to be to the daughter of, I don't know. This is a 2000. You were out. Fantastic Four, probably Series 6, number 27. I don't know what series this is. So many series. Why don't they just stick with the one series, and hit 1,000 issues? That's what we're going to do with Devil Flyer. Maybe eventually. But intriguing cover here of Dr. Doom. How do you kiss a face mask? What the hell? Look at Daredevil down there. He looks pretty shocked. Mouth open.
She got a thing for metal.
I guess. And knowing if it's in Fantastic Four, that might be their daughter all grown up. I don't know.
So,
I hope not. Ew.
wasn't Doom after Sue for a little while too?
Oh yeah. I mean
Yeah,
anything to undercut Reed, right?
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
because they went to college together for a minute.
They went to college together. Originally, you know, Ben and, you know, back in the 60s, they had it written in that Ben and Reed fought in the Korean War. Either that or World War II. I think it was the Korean War. But they were, you know, he was the big football jock. Ben was.
Yeah, I
I
remember
don't know.
something about that.
Yeah. But now they've kind of updated that. I thought one of the most brilliant things they did in the 70s. Somehow they were hit by a ray or something and it was aging them, you know? So they were getting weaker and weaker through the issues, you know, of the different challenges they had to meet. And they were on a quest in space to find a cure for their age, you know, eventually. And
Right.
at the last minute, when you think they're going to age out and die, and Galactus is there and all kinds of stuff, they get hit with a ray or something, and it de-ages them. In fact, to the point where they were a little bit younger from when they started in Fantastic Four #1.
Oh wow.
So they were probably wound up after that a little younger and a little stronger.
Mm-hmm.
They hit the reset button, and it was this long arc of them growing old. It was a great story, a great way to reset the book. You know, a great way to.
And then you get another 50 years out of them. You know,
I think Walt Simonson did one of those covers. That one I was talking about with Galactus, and they're all limp and old and shriveled up.
Oh well.
So you know, you kind of get a preview of what they would look like in the future, aged up, which was cool.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I'm proposing in Momentum Future Visions, you know, showing you these characters, introducing some of these characters to you 250 years in the future where they definitely look different, you know. Cortex has done away with his body altogether and he's just become this brain entity with these cybernetic implants. It's going to be cool. I just got to get the right artist to do it, you know, because they've got to be able to draw the destruction of a cityscape and all these characters and be committed to do the story, you know. But yeah, I'm trying to bring back some of that cosmic goodness, you know. Great stories from the past. You know, this is all kind of coming up inspired by different things, but I'm sure. Blastar was a great villain. I love Blastar. And I was introduced to these characters long before I read, you know, in the cartoons in the 60s, long before I read a comic book.
Oh yeah.
Of the Fantastic Four, you know. I couldn't even tell you really. I'd have to look back in my index to tell you what my first Fantastic Four issue was. Oh, you know what could be was maybe a reprint of Fantastic Four #1 Origin in like Dynamite magazine. Oh, here's that cover from November 1979, number 212, done by Walt Simonson. Direct edition, so that's the one you want to get because it's probably a little harder to find than a newsstand. And yeah, he went up against the Sphinx that was in Nova. You know, kind of started out in Nova, I think. See how Sue's almost dead? Oh, I think it was just, yeah, I think the Human Torch remained young. They weren't hit with the ray. It was just Ben and Sue and Reed. I think the Human Torch remained young throughout that.
Huh. Oh, he was unaffected by the ray, or
Clash of the Titans, doomed by the Skrulls' aging ray. The Fantastic Four are helpless to prevent the Clash of the Titans, which is the Sphinx going against Galactus there. And you see all Ben's there. It's like, I never made it without biting. Ask Reed. Doesn't have teeth.
Whoop.
Yeah. Reed would probably stretch and he'd go, "Oh, my aching back," or because they're aged up. It was a great Hicks villain. He was first appearance. That wasn't the first appearance, but the first cover appearance, Joseph, of Doctor Strange. So he'd been around, but that was, well, I don't know. Is that no? It would have said on the label if that was his first appearance, his first cover appearance. I think his first appearance was in Strange Tales, the same title though. He was a backup feature,
Yeah, I think so.
That's pretty smart, Shadowhawk, where they would have a comic and they had Captain America and Iron Man in Tales of Suspense, or they had Submariner and Hulk in Tales to Astonish, or they had Nick Fury and Doctor Strange, which I always thought was kind of a strange mix-up in Strange Tales.
Yeah.
But they did that for a very specific reason, because, as I said, DC Comics, very early on, like when Amazing Spider-Man number 15 and Fantastic Four number 1 and all those early, the Tales to Astonish, they had all those monster tales, Strange Tales, Tales to Astonish. Those all started out as like monster books, and they didn't have the money really to create new titles, so they just continued on, like, and then when they did, DC controlled their distributing. They could only do 8 titles. So the competition before Marvel really took off, and they limited them to only 8 titles.
Yeah.
To distribute. And so they had a lockhold on Marvel till they busted out with Spider-Man and Fantastic Four number 1 and all that good stuff, which they busted out really with Fantastic Four number 1. Because that was the very first Marvel comic, and it doesn't even say Marvel Comics on the cover.
No.
Nope.
Just on the inside, on the Indicia or whatever it's called.
Yeah, on the Indica.
On the Indica.
Right. Yeah.
No, that's weed, right?
That's what? Weird.
That's weed.
Weed?
Indica, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it is. Well, I mean, there are words for,
I think it's in Indicia something.
Okay, maybe it is Indicia. Okay, well, maybe I smoked
paragraph down there. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not sure how to pronounce it.
I always, loved the Thing. He's one of my favorite characters of all time. I don't talk about him a lot, but another great Kirby cover with the Thing all wrapped up in Mechanica. Look at that face. Where'd I put my dentures? His mission: destroy the Fantastic Four. Yeah, a few years ago, I tried to get a bunch of those issues, and really make a stab at getting the first 100 issues, or 100 or so, 102 or whatever it was that Stan Lee and Jack Kirby did. So hadn't bought any Fantastic Fours since then. It's all kind of scattered. I don't even know what I have. what I need, except for the early issues. I do know what I don't have of those, and those are the expensive ones, right? But the quicker you get those, that Silver Surfer painted cover is gorgeous. Yeah. Who are the artists and writers on that Fantastic Four? Ooh, too late to answer that. Uh, on that booklet, I'm not sure, Lorenzo. I think I had that at one time. I had in between those pocket books. I think they actually called them pocket books on the little novels and these little digests. I had a little bitty library. I loved it. And then, of course, those would have like chapter black and white, just pulp paper, get them at Walden Books. Now, some of them had the actual comics reprinted in color, like Doctor Strange. That's where I read all the Doctor Strange Ditko stuff and loved it,
Oh,
Otherwise, I might not even got onto, and I don't know if I even really struck me how big Ditko was, Ditko's Doctor Strange stuff was almost 60 psychedelia,
oh yeah.
giant mouse and eyeballs and stuff in limbo, all
Mhm.
kinds of stuff, different pathways through space, and he was doing work that no one else was doing,
Yeah,
pretty sure I'm pretty sure I have this in my collection. Like I said, I tried and get some of those latter Fantastic Fours under 100. The Monster Forever, another great Ben Grimm cover by Jack Kirby.
Mm.
Clobbering time.
It's always clobbering time.
It's always clobbering time. He never could defeat the Yancey Street Gang. Oh, and What If? This is a reprint of Fantastic Four 2018 reprint number 1 near mint. That's not reprinting number 1. I don't know what they're talking about. But yeah, they've even done some reprints of stuff from the 80s. What if the Fantastic Four had not gained their powers? So they're kind of like the challengers of the unknown, didn't have powers, going up against Mole Man's creature in hard hats. Like she's got a cap on. Johnny, I couldn't get away fast enough. How will we stop this creature? Just wait and see, sis. We've only begun to fight. Laser pistol. You can't do it alone. It's time for Ben Grimm to lend a hand. See, they stick with that original dialogue from Fantastic Four number 1. If only those ropes weren't keeping me out of action. How did you get tied up anyway? I've always, that it didn't make much sense to me, but that's a true believer's very affordable. Look, even that they want.
I still don't see how you could tie him up. Really, I mean, he should be able to stretch out of it.
Oh, get right out of it. It didn't make. Yeah, exactly.
It makes no sense.
You are correct, sir. It does not make much sense. But it's the iconic Fantastic Four number 1 cover.
Yeah,
so
you gotta encapsulate him somehow. Put him into a little ball, like it'd come in real handy. Sue's powers. She could just.
If you wanted to power, how you could power him up is that he could stretch so small that he could slip through the atoms of stuff. Then maybe he would get lost in the multiverse.
Yeah,
this is a cool one I don't have. Some of these Marvel superheroes from the 60s reprint books are worth some money, especially number 18, because it's the first appearance of Guardians of the Galaxy. But now this is a cool one. Check out this cover. With the Beast. 11 of Marvel's mightiest in one pulse-pounding mag. Done by Marie Severinsen and Ramita Sr. Cool. It's signed Sev and Rom. Rom's first appearance in comics. I like how they gray-toned Iceman there. And he looks more angular, more ice-like instead of a snowball.
Yeah, and instead of such a snowman like he used to
Yeah,
look like.
but a great cover. I need to add that one to my collection. $9.99. Yeah, I'll put a
That's a big
watch on
old
that.
thick book.
Yeah, oh yeah, for 25 cents you get the Incredible Hulk, the Mighty Thor, Submariner, Giant Man and the Wasp, Cyclops and Angel, Iceman, Beast, and Marvel Girl. I mean, what else you want?
Damn.
Those are some great reprints. And apparently they're still affordable. It reprints Avengers #3 and X-Men #2 and Amazing Spider-Man number what? Let's see. They did reprint some key issues in those.
Good. And some of those reprints are actually worth some money these days. You get early one.
S2,
I've
it
seen some
says.
of the reprints going
Submariner.
for decent bucks.
Uh, here's issue 22 with the X-Men going up against the Blob. The next issue, and Marvel Superheroes #1, 1966. It's pictured here. It's got like Daredevil #1 and let me look here. Daredevil #1, Avengers #2. So maybe that one's not reproduced. And then the Human Torch versus Namor back from Golden Age, the first battle, the first crossover of characters in comic book history. So yeah, Marvel Superheroes #1, 1966, giant size special is kind of a good one to own. I've owned a copy of it for years. Daredevil #1, Avengers #2 reproduced in the first Submariner Human Torch fight, the android. Hell yeah.
Oh, okay.
Who doesn't want that issue?
Yeah, when the Torch was still the
And
Android
if you
Torch.
don't want it, I'll take your copy.
Yeah,
Kirby was
that's good
also
stuff.
psychedelic. Yeah. Yeah, but some of those reprints are worth some money,
Mm-hmm.
I'm down for reprints. I could have bought. I think I could have bought this one
Yep.
at my local comic book shop. A month or so ago. I didn't. I don't remember if I saw a Super Scroll or not, but there's Super Scroll by Alex Ross in his Timeless collection of covers. Scrolls. Of course, Nick Fury's right now having problems with Scrolls, right? In the latest Marvel dud series or movie. Not impressed. Not impressed at all. I'd like to believe, but I don't think Marvel or a lot of these franchises, Star Wars, is ever going to get back on track.
No, I don't think so either. Hey Rex, sorry man, but we've hit the 2-hour mark, and I need to go.
No, we haven't. Remember, we got started 30 minutes late. We're only.
Wow, you did. I was here at 4 o'clock.
Okay, well. All right, folks, we're ending it early. Blame Shadow.
I'm sorry, bro. I gotta go make dinner and stuff, man.
What is for dinner? What are you gonna make?
We're not sure yet. Me and Mama are still discussing it. She's off tonight, so.
But the thing of it is, folks, they're going to eat. And Lorenzo Sleestag streaming in 1 hour. Go over to his channel. Check it out.
Hail Lorenzo.
Did we even have lizard representation? I'll hang around long enough for that. Shadowhawk, you go do your meal. I'm home tonight, so
thanks for hanging, everybody. And Lorenzo, I've been watching Godzilla all day since I got home from work. So lizard representation, my brother.
Oh, yeah, I could show Godzilla. Hell yeah, I've got it right here.
Oh shit! All right, I'm getting out of here before we get struck. Be careful.
No, Godzilla in the comics, King of the Monsters, #1 through 24. this is a foreign job. They want $475 for it. Herb Trimpe cover there. So there's your lizard representation. And I'll even go big with it. I watched some Godzilla, the original Japanese Gojira or whatever, commentary last night before I went to bed. Been working on that a couple days. Probably watch some other Godzilla till I find something else in my collection. Hate to cut this one short, but I do need to get to that laundry and figure out some stuff financially. Pay for an item. I did win. Lorenzo, you will find this very fascinating. I bought the first season, and I'm going to go pay for it right now, of The Land of the Lost. So there's 3 seasons of it. We'll give the first season a shot. I thought I could do better instead of buying 1, 2, and 3 together in a package deal, which was $40-something. Thought I could do a little bit better if I bought them individually. So I won the for $15 and something. I bought the original Land of the Lost season 1. So we'll be watching that just as soon as it comes in the mail. Gojira is fantastic. Yeah. I mean, just the commentary was really great on that, talking about the editing that went on, but not so much. Raymond Burr was in the American version of that, but the original was like a, really a commentary on nuclear weapons and stuff. It's pretty cool. Let me know what you think. Oh, I watched those back in the 70s, but yeah, I mean, I didn't, just popped in Speed Racer a couple months ago and didn't think that much about Speed Racer. And on rewatch, it just got better and better. And I was like, yeah, it's not that bad. I mean, for the time, I would have loved this as a kid, but it was always on cable, and I hardly ever got to see Speed Racer. Didn't think that much about it. But yeah, going back and just going, okay, this was made 1966 or whenever it was made. It's in full color, because some of the cartoons were in black and white, folks. At least I think they were. I remember some in black and white because we had a black and white TV set. But yeah, I mean, in the early days, some cartoons were made in black and white. I don't know how many of the 60s were, but there were a few. Then people got color TVs. I'm curious about the quality of the DVD. I'm currently borrowing a friend's box set. Yeah, and this is an older one that I bought, Lorenzo. Let me bring up eBay. Never did find that Franklin cover, but we looked at some good stuff. Purchase history. Here we go. 2009. So the 3-disc set came out in 2009. It seems like I actually saw it when it Land of the Lost when it came out in Walmart, and maybe passed it up, but I can't say that really because yeah, I wanted the 5th a couple days ago, so I'm not that late on paying for it. But yeah, I will. It is a used set, but the box is a little bit rough around the edges, not much. Some things I buy like used, save money, like Deep Space Nine. I bought most of those used because they can get expensive. I bought all 7 seasons at one time. And it was wild. They were coming in at different times. And I finally got 7, put it all together and watched the whole thing all the way through. Still not need some to get some Next Generation. I've got all of Voyager. I've got all of Enterprise. Not interested in the new stuff. Discovery's pitiful, I'm sure. Picard's pitiful. This new musical number and whatever, pitiful. Don't even want to try it. Might be halfway decent. Strange something. I'm curious about the transfer quality and if there's a commentary track. Okay, I'll let you know. I don't know. This is a 2009. I think that was the only time that they've released it, and there is a season 2 and 3 out there. And if I enjoy one enough, I'll probably, I mean, there's, if I can get them, I will. I'd love to get the Next Generation on DVD or Blu-ray. I have some of them. I just don't have all the seasons. Is there one I'm missing? That may be the Next Generation might be the only Star Trek that I'm missing, because I have the original, I have some of the Next Generation, I have all Deep Space Nine. I've had that for a couple years now. Got all the Enterprise, all of Voyager. What else am I missing? I think some Next Generation. That's it. Next Generation box set is super expensive on Amazon. I know, and you always run a risk, right? I mean, if you wait, are you going to be able to find it? I guess it's popular enough. It's probably just best to wait. Like I said, I got 11 seasons. They come in these big box things at Walmart of Gunsmoke, 3 seasons at a time. I think I've got 11 seasons. Got 4 of those box sets, right? 3, 9, 10, 11, 12. Maybe 12 seasons in a box set. I don't know. Check my math. But now they have the whole box set for $200, which is like, it was 20 seasons. So that's like $10 a season. That I could go for. But now I'm so invested in these single things. What I do? And do I really want to pay $200? And I've watched over half of what's there. Of course, I watched, and they are good. They are tight stories. And you got people like Sam Peckinpah, Gene Roddenberry directing, some of the episodes and doing some of the stories. I don't know if I'm even going to have that, even if I want to break down and pay that much right now. $200 to get the whole Gunsmoke. I'd love it. I could try and put my others up, but now if they've got a whole complete set, who's going to buy it? And I paid about $40 for like 3 seasons here, 3 seasons there, 3. So I'm already in 3 with what I bought, $200. Do I pay another $200 on Gunsmoke and hope I can sell the others for a fraction of what I bought them for? Oh, man. It's a tough call. It is good stuff, Neat story ideals, Picard, I mean, it ran for 20 seasons. How many? The Simpsons? How many run for 20 seasons? Very few. Bonanza only ran, I thought they ran 20, but they only ran 16 seasons, I think. Picard was a great character, but Sisko is more relatable to me. I'm forgetting who Sisko was. I like Captain Sisko. Sisko had a lot of flaws and a lot of strengths. Yeah, I mean, you have to show the wide range of emotion and you have to really flesh out a character, and they probably could have fleshed out Picard's character a little bit better. I think maybe it's just Patrick Stewart, the way he kind of played. He wasn't an open, like, to the audience type character, a lovable in a way character, but he was a solid captain. I know a lot of people that come in here and say, that's the Star Trek I grew up on. That's my favorite. And I get it, and it was good. I mean, they did go a lot, the holodeck stories, and they went in a lot of different directions with it. And you got to love Troy. She's good looking. You got to love the Doctor. She was good, redhead, ginger character. Got to love those characters. Well, we went another, almost 15 minutes. I'm going to shut it down. But thanks for coming by. Go check out Lorenzo's here in a little bit. I got laundry to do and all kinds of stuff. So we're going to get to it. Probably be streaming later tonight at some point. We'll see. Maybe we'll get with Ryan and he can, do something. Where is Ryan? Send him the link. But new Rob Ewing artwork. Gonna make some of those into stickers. or magnets or both. Can't get 6 a.m. I'll get Rob to do them. The campaign's coming along good. I get this variant cover done by Russ Leach. Well, no, that's for issue 6. Probably going to have a Shelby Robinson cover and a John Dillard cover. And Tank Ferret's doing me a cover. And I have one by John Fernandez, who drew the story, which will probably be offered. So I might have 3 covers on there on the campaign, probably 3. But yeah, I've decided probably Shelby right now. Still going to go after that Dan Lawless cover when I can. Dan, come on. Let's do it. Patrick Stewart based his performance off playing Shakespearean kings. Yeah. Oh, Cisco. Yeah. Cisco from Deep Space Nine. Yeah. A lot of people say that, Lorenzo, because he's personable, He didn't have that erudite, Picard feel to him. Well, anyway, keep collecting Fantastic Four, Star Trek, whatever you like, whatever you enjoy. Doctor Who, a Doctor Who TARDIS book back there. Whatever you like to collect. Books and records. Batman. Swamp Thing back there. Halloween mask. Halloween's coming up. Got my Frankenstein up there. Got my Star Trek. I probably had that up there. Not sure when I put that up there. Maybe since last Halloween. I don't think it's been up there that long. But thinking about redoing this. Need to. Anyway, thanks for the excellent stream. You're always welcome, Lorenzo. I appreciate it. Thank you, everybody, for your support. Gotta love it. I will be getting to this, finishing this up probably tonight. I want to get that done, and then we'll go on to something else. Whether it's inking or Tank Ferret look. That was my deal for the Tank Ferret cover. But I asked him if he could have chains falling off of him. So we'll see if those make it into there. Lightning striking the trident. Heroic piece, opposite of the one I'm going to have Russ do. And it's too late to call the printer now, but I got to get Shelby some reference. And then get the Shelby Robertson cover in. Probably colored by him, the whole 9 yards. Then we'll be ready to go to launch the Devil Flyer prequel and get some stickers and trading cards and all kinds of stuff printed up and or at least in the can, scanned, ready to go. And we're getting there. We're getting there. I'm ready to launch, baby. I'm ready to launch and get this train, this Devil Flyer train rolling. So I'm excited. Are you? I don't know. Thanks for go see Sound of Freedom movie, Rex. You have to. It's another beautiful production from Angel Studios. What I'll probably do, Carrie, like I do a lot of movies, I will probably, unless a friend invites me to go see it, like John, because we sometimes go see movies together. But it's been a while. It's been a long time. I'll probably just wait till it comes out on disc and buy it on disc. I don't know. It'd be good to have a preview because how many times do you want to watch that thing? But I'm sure it's pretty good, though. It's making bank. I do want to support it. It's fighting against this woke culture, and you got to love that.